Right, so I'm back with another one of these what to expect in 2018 videos. Last week I covered Bitcoin, and in that video I asked you guys for suggestions about which cryptocurrency to cover in the next video. By popular demand, judging on the top comments with the most likes, the most in-demand cryptocurrency for me to cover was Litecoin, and so I'm happy to oblige with that today. And I feel like there's no better place to start in the world than with this now quite infamous tweet from Charlie Lee that he posted back in the 20th of December 2017. He said this: "The Litecoin team has been hard at work working with companies to support Litecoin. Nothing to announce yet, but here's what's in the works." And then he says, merchant processor, popular online wallet, goods trading platform, and one huge unexpected surprise. 2018 will be a good year for Litecoin. Coming from the creator of Litecoin, that's a very positive thing, and we know that from subsequent tweets when he was referring to the goods trading platform, he was referring to OpenBazaar. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a peer-to-peer online commerce platform with zero fees, which is quite a rarity these days, pretty interesting. It's a cool platform, I'd recommend you checking it out. As far as I'm aware, none of the other announcements have been made yet, and so that means that this year we still look forward to merchant processor, a popular online wallet, and of course the most notable inclusion in that list or in that tweet, the one huge unexpected surprise. There's been an awful lot of speculation about what this could be, that kind of tweet coming from, again, the creator of Litecoin, someone who has hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. That's a pretty big deal. There's been suggestions around whether it's Facebook or Amazon, and those two things have been pretty much refuted by Charlie Lee. But still, it kind of, it's led to an awful lot of hype and buzz around this, what it could possibly be. People love speculating about these kind of things, and I just hope it does deliver. I really do, because it would be unfortunate for people who, well, both the long-term holders of Litecoin and people who bought in based on this news. If it doesn't deliver, then a lot of people will of course be very, very disappointed. But I do genuinely believe that Charlie Lee wouldn't have made that announcement if it wasn't actually big news, because he, of all people, after a lot of the stick that he's got recently from saying that he sold his Litecoin and all that kind of stuff, he knows exactly what kind of vicious public backlash he'd get from people if this does turn out to be complete rubbish. I think he knows and understands that better than anyone else out there. And so I do think this is going to be very, very big, exciting news for, Litecoin investors, including myself. I'm one of those people. But that being said, personally, I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a fan of being told in advance that some kind of surprise is coming. I'd rather either just be given an actual surprise whenever we do get it, or I'd like to be told when in advance exactly what to expect. I'm really not a big fan at all of being told in advance of a surprise. To me, that's not a pleasant experience at all. And that's not just with cryptocurrency investments, that's anything in life. So there's that tweet from Charlie Lee, which shares some, pretty exciting details about what we can expect to see in 2018. And then if we just set that aside, I think there's an awful lot to look forward to in terms of general development as well. We all know that Litecoin is a testbed or a kind of crash test dummy for Bitcoin when it comes to these major developments for the Bitcoin protocol. And so pretty much everything that I said about Bitcoin and what to expect in 2018 for Bitcoin in terms of development is going to apply to Litecoin too, and possibly an earlier date as well. Litecoin is a much smaller project than Bitcoin. It's a lot easier to roll out these kind of major changes. And so in the same way that we saw SegWit implemented on Litecoin before we saw it implemented on Bitcoin, I expect the same kind of thing to occur when it comes to these other major developments as well. And so even though I don't like making a video where I have to refer you, the viewer, to another previous video I made, I think I will make an exception this time round, simply because I only made that Bitcoin video last week. There's no point me regurgitating all that information in this video. If you haven't seen it, just be sure to check it out. The most important of those developments as far as Litecoin investors and Litecoin holders are concerned are probably the Lightning Network and atomic swaps. I say Lightning Network because that will help immensely with Litecoin becoming the true coffee coin, i.e., fast and affordable medium of exchange for people. Even if Litecoin eventually becomes a little bit more congested like Bitcoin is currently, and on-chain transactions became, that little bit more expensive for people to use, then we could still use the Lightning Network to allow for, practically free, instantaneous transactions for people. And then atomic swaps will be huge as well, because it reinforces that idea that Litecoin will be the silver to Bitcoin's gold. What better way is there of demonstrating that kind of metaphor than by allowing people to really simply, instantly, and trustlessly convert or trade their Litecoin to Bitcoin and vice versa. One development that I didn't mention in that Bitcoin video, which probably will benefit Litecoin quite a lot, is MAST, which stands for Merkleized Abstract Syntax or Syntax Trees. This is another form of computer science wizardry that will basically allow much more complex smart contracts to be created on the Litecoin and Bitcoin blockchains, and without congesting the network too much with all this extra data. It does this by ensuring that the nodes only read the very top layer of the Merkle tree rather than the entire thing. You've got other things in the pipeline for Litecoin as well, such as covenants, which would allow Litecoins to be bound up no matter what for certain periods of time. And this will allow you to create vaults, which can act as an additional layer of security, as it would allow you to basically lock up your funds for X amount of time, even if someone managed to gain access to your private keys. You've got colored coins too, which would allow you to repurpose your Litecoins to be attached to an asset. And yes, that does open the door to ICOs being created on the Litecoin protocol. But with both of these developments, the covenants and the colored coins, you're more likely to see those in 2019 rather than 2018. Then setting aside development, I think like with most other top cryptocurrencies, we're going to see a lot more media coverage for Litecoin. People actually recognize it rather than just Bitcoin. You see a little bit more institutional investment maybe. And as a top 10 currency that's been around for a long time now, I think it will probably be included in most kinds of general cryptocurrency basket funds in terms of investments in the future as well. And so if you care a lot about the price of Litecoin, maybe you are a long-term holder like myself, I think all of those are good things too. As for what I personally hope and expect to see from Litecoin in 2018, more than any other cryptocurrency out there, I really want to see a great expansion of merchant adoption when it comes to Litecoin. You know, Bitcoin has store of value functionality absolutely nailed down, and nobody's going to be taking that from Bitcoin anytime soon. But Litecoin has positioned itself as the medium of exchange coin, the coin that people will actually use to make payments for everyday goods and services. And so the number one metric of success that I'll be using to judge at the end of this year whether Litecoin has had a good 2018 or not is the number of retailers both online and in physical stores we could hope to see maybe as well. Just how many more new retailers and large companies will actually accept direct payments with Litecoin. Maybe it's asking a bit much to be asking for that this year in 2018, maybe that's something that's a few years away. But at the same time, Litecoin will see intense competition in the space of the next few years now from the likes of Dash, Bitcoin Cash, many other cryptocurrencies out there too. And so I feel like Litecoin really has to get a move on with this and get acceptance from major retailers across the world if it really wants to cement its position as the true medium of exchange coin for everyone to use. And that's all I have to say. As with Bitcoin, I think Litecoin is another cryptocurrency that in all likelihood, we'll probably have a great year in 2018 and beyond. But what do you guys think? Do you think Litecoin is going to have an excellent 2018? Is it going to get completely crushed by Bitcoin Cash or Dash or another cryptocurrency this year? What's going on in your mind? And which cryptocurrency would you like me to cover now in the next video? I'd appreciate any thoughts or opinions you have about this to be shared in the comment section down below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Cheers. Oh, and I'll be leaving a link to this t-shirt in the comment section down below. This is another one from the guys over at XyAPcaHdZJKuXiruHkAXkKgCMWHfaPFVgc. It's a nice Bitcoin to the moon t-shirt.